Also, Red, thank you genuinely so much for the tier 1 17 months. I don't think I properly celebrated it because I was distracted. Eastern Dalmatia, good music. Finally, it was boring without Jill around. I see what everyone's here for. Gimme, gimme, Jill, gimme, gimme. Although I really feel like her name should not be Jill. I like that it's a human-like name, like an ordinary name to match with Clive's name. You couldn't have like Clive and then Asdelma Reldazine, you know, like something really
better. Thanks to Taya.
Out there.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too.
But she's not a Jill. Dear, welcome in. Hey, do you do side quests first too? That's nice. Nice, that's the way to play. I do side quests first. 1, welcome in. I'm thrilled you're here. 2, I do normally do side quests first. However, I had done so many, unless I'm mistaken, I feel like I'd done so many side quests that it had been ages since I'd done a main mission.
For merchants crossing the scars. Till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Okay.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
Okay. So normally, like, especially because I'm streaming the games or like recording the games to go on YouTube as well for what I try and always do like a good balance of main mission to side mission stuff. But it's not always. I don't know why I'm fighting these things. I don't need to fight them. Let's carry on, guys. It's not always easy to get the balance right. And like, for example, I'm going to run past this side mission here, so I have to do the side mission.
So what do you think?
I'm not just going to run past it. But it's been a bit harder this stream, I think, to keep it balanced. It feels like.
Really? It's as bad as that?
Oh, aye. There's trouble up ahead. And too much of it for us to handle.
All right, let's hear
There's
it.
danger on the road.
Oh, what about this fearsome-looking fellow? You think he'd be equal to the task?
Yes, just tell me what it
No
is.
doubt. It's you. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding a merchant's missing cup.
How does a merchant misplace?
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins might come
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone.
My brother's right on all accounts.
We may have seen our share of action, true, but
You, however, have the look of them. Chances are they'll come for you either way. But if you promise to lend us a hand,
We'll help you. Yeah.
you'll pocket a reward for your troubles.
Yes, all right.
Well, if I'm going to have to deal with them anyway.
you've clearly got a fine.
We're lucky you now. Hoping to make a heavy putt. Reckon he won't be forking over.
All right.
No. You can leave. You just put an end to those bandits and point up.
Got it. Jill just seems so banal. Yeah, I mean, no offense to the Jills out there. Okay.
I'm not sure I trust those two.
If you are a Jill and you are watching right
There
now,
are bandits lying in wait. I should probably take.
it's not what you think it is. All right. I see. This was a good side mission to do because we're gonna have to pass through here anyway, and I would assume we would have to fight these enemies regardless. It sort of seems like it. Oh, it's so awful. I think I'm about to get approached by this dude, yeah. Maybe it's like Mid's name and her name is Jalou. Maybe, and we just don't know it. We've not unlocked Jill lore enough to figure that out. It's weird having Jill with us. We've had her not with us for so long. Such a good attack. New enemies approach? Yeah, I think so. Just standing still as I walk on up to you. Seems pathetic. Go Torgal, it's yours. Never mind, it's mine. Thank you for the follows. Welcome in, lovely people. Welcome, welcome. I do side quests. Teehee. Sugar said do.
That's them dealt with.
Maybe, have you stocked up on potions recently? Yes.
Where's that cart?
Yes, I am all stocked on potions. It's been ages since we've done one of those. All right. Blue Ranger, hi. How's it going?
Out of here will be a nightmare.
Seems we found ourselves the right man for the job, wouldn't you say?
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard breathing.
And you're a kill stealer. I know. I
Your friend
yoinked
will
you.
be
I yoinked the
delighted.
kill. It's terrible of me. Horrendous. I'm the
How
worst kind
exactly
of
will he be getting
person.
his goods out of here?
You leave that to us. After all, it'd be wrong to make such a fine warrior haul cabbages to market.
You've done your part. And that's all you need to worry about.
Yeah, but now I'm
Yeah.
more concerned because you're acting so strange.
It's been a pleasure. Now piss off.
There's no need to be so rude, brother.
Fucking honestly.
What if we want his help again next time?
Quest complete. Good stuff. Get caught. Doing good. Good to hear. Cool. Like, I don't think this whole stream, I think we've been on the same main mission chapter, right? Am I correct in thinking that? I think I am.
I see the Dalnecs lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold at least.
Not Jill being a shady
Path continues on
lady.
the other side.
Maybe they've just not gotten around to building a bridge in this part yet. Maybe this is just a temporary one, you know? Oh, nope. No, Jill, come on. We don't need to fight them. It'll be fine. Now beat them up. I should have. They were so rude. I hate this bit when... No. How persistent do you think they're going to be? Surely they're going to give up after a certain point. That one is really coming for Jill. There we go. It's just not worth it fighting those things. You'd get stuck. Imagine if I was fighting every one of those things. I'd be stuck for ages. Farts! Hello, lovely. How's it going? Welcome on in. The final sin of the Dalmekian Republic. Look how pretty.
So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined.
It's massive.
I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
2 curses.
Dominance in bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominant and their icons were deemed a curse.
Thank you. Yes, it is strange.
Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men.
I mean, just like a young guy.
Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Niagara
Just look at this
Falls,
place.
eat your heart out.
It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
How could you not believe in the legends, though? When you're both
We're not
dominant,
far
you
from
know?
Boglad. The road will be busier up ahead.
And we'll have to keep our wits about us.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you for the follows. Welcome in, lovely new people. Thank you so much.
Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
Someone's telling Porky Pies what's going on. Feels like this would be a perfect romantic place for a schmooch. Meanwhile, oh god. Woo, welcome in. How's it going? You've come at a good time. Seat of Imperial Court. Audience chamber of the Imperial Palace. So last we left off with the Sombrek storyline.
True, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sombrek.
God. Poor Dion.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age,
Father, please.
or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to
He's
rule,
literally 8.
and I can think
or
of
something.
none better suited to the task.
I mean,
There
God,
is
he's...
other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen.
Poor Dion, man.
Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then Valisthea. All
Valisthea.
shall bow before their Emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greeker, made flesh.
Damn. You have just lost the plot, you know?
Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of
I mean, what do you
Sombrek.
do? What do you do if you're Dion?
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
I speak for myself, however...
You would trust the words of this traitress? She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sombrek, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive Forgive me.
I love Dion's earrings.
This
I love
audience
Dion's
is
look. I
over.
think it's fantastic.
Come, your radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men.
He talks.
They're so boring.
I mean, for God's sake, he has a toy
I'm
on his
hungry,
chair.
Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
This is a literal child. It's so naughty. Because then you know she's acting like Queen Regent.
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's
Oh, you're
throne?
so nasty for this, Annabella.
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough.
Baseball.
You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What
Who's
do
his
you
mom?
know of my blood?
What does she know? She obviously knows something that we obviously don't know. Good grief, dude. I love Dion. Country. Yeah, exactly. Country.
markets are to the north.
If
We just
Dion
need
had
to up the
anything about
coast.
him, he'd just kill her. But he can't, though. Dion can't just kill her. Dion will die. His father would murder him. What do you do if you are Dion? Honestly, he's probably one of the characters I feel most sorry for in this whole thing so far. But also, I was going back and editing the episode previous, and I'm going to move in a second. I was going back and editing the episode previous to this, where we see Dion with his lover and Joshua come into the tent. But and I guess don't spoil, I'm just planting the seed here. I feel like there was some kind of chemistry between Joshua and Dion, and I was living for it. But I also really love Dion and his current lover. They're so sweet, and he cares about him very much. But I'm kind of like, I don't know. Is he a boy ever fully awake? No. No, definitely not. I feel like I saw someone write, one of the Game of Thrones characters, Dion, and we, okay, again, we know that this is not a secret. It is not, it is very much a known fact that the devs of the game watched Game of Thrones and took big inspiration from there. And Dion's character definitely does remind me of, there it is. Hello. Of,
Come on.
Lawrence Tyrell meets like a Jaime Lannister type. Annabella is so clearly like Cersei meets to me Liza Aaron.
Won't be easy with the Imperials on high alert.
No. His Radiance has lost one capital already. We can be sure Sylvester will do everything in his power to hold on to Twinside. His troops are well trained and increasingly battle-hardened.
Oh my god.
It's not as if we can wait for the siege to end.
No, definitely run past all of this. I mean, this is the same woman who couldn't even stand looking at one of her sons. Again, I mean, big questions there. Big questions there for me. I can't decide. I don't.
And they're all making for the crystalline dominion.
Because they don't know how to live.
Let's just leave the battle music playing the whole time. I don't believe that. How do I say this? I could believe that she hates Clive purely because Clive was not born a dominant. Like, she is obviously a woman who values like power above all else, but I think it's fairly weak.
This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
That's right. He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing his supplies.
And she has
Yes,
to
so
believe
you're
that
finished by
Joshua's dead, because she did really love Joshua, which then does make me sort of wonder. Was Joshua a son by another man? Because she seemed to really hate Elwyn. Does she hate Clive because she hates Elwyn so much and Clive is Elwyn's son? Is Clive not her blood related to her? There's something going on that we don't know. Oh, that food looks so
How
good.
much? For a measly crust of bread?
You won't find any cheaper. Not nowadays. But you're more than welcome to look.
So good, so good.
The Empire's unlawful and illegitimate occupation of the crystalline dominion is still in effect. Only those whose business in Twinside has been officially approved by the Republican Army will be permitted to cross the border. All who seek entry are to form a line and ready their documents
For
for
inspection.
inspection.
Looks like we aren't the only ones who are eager to leave.
And they're checking everyone.
Didn't we just get here?
Can't you make an
Not for the likes of you.
We won't get through without that pass. Let's go and find Good, shall we?
Goats. Night of the Flowers, that's right, that's right. But he's like, to me, seems like Jamie
around here
Lannister and Lawrence Tyrell.
Come and taste my peaches. They're sweet as nectar.
I'll take the large one.
He's also a bearer and she hates them more than anything. The thing is, like, he's not a bearer though. Because he I don't know. I always thought that Clive sat outside of bearers. He was something else. He wasn't just like someone that could use magic. He was someone that like was gifted with the Phoenix something or other, but was not obviously, was seemingly not like the Phoenix themselves, not a dominant of the Phoenix, right? And I feel like she only scarred him with the bearer's mark, like, out of spite, once Elwyn was dead. But I don't know if Clive was actually ever, like, born a bearer. She loved Joshua only for being the dominant, though. Do you think Annabella's creepy child is a dominant as well? No, I don't. I guess she's only... She married her current husband because he's powerful. I assume that's why they are united. And she just wants to have a son on the throne, seat of power. You know? She hated Clive only because he's bearer. Blessed by the Phoenix just seems like a fancy way of saying bearer who can use fire. Oh, interesting that that's the takeaway. Yeah, she looked down at Hugo simply because who was a dominant because of his lineage. And her comment to Dion about... she made another comment about his like unpure blood or whatever. So we don't know who Dion's mother was. I'm just assuming that we'll find out at some point. But yeah, she does seem to have quite a hang up over like purity, I guess. Clive was intentionally giving Joshua's powers to protect him. So Clive was just a bearer then. And they gave the Phoenix powers to Clive so specifically he could protect Joshua. Yeah, that's the vibe that most folks have gotten, but the fact that Joshua is so regal, as is Dion, it's unsure. Plus Joshua and Yote chemistry is almost like Link and Zelda in a way. Yeah, I honestly think Joshua and Dion could get together. Obviously don't spoil, but that's how I see it. To me there seems to be some budding chemistry there.
There you are.
And they are more equal.
I'm so sorry. Don't tell Nan, will you?
Slow down, Goots.
What happened?
Just tell us what happened.
It's betrayed us, Pass. It's gone. We cannot ride the caravan without it. We won't even be able to get through the flipping checkpoint.
Do you remember when you last saw it?
It was in my pocket a minute ago. Then a bairn bumped into me and... Yeah.
He stole
I
it.
think that they might have nicked it, do you?
Attenzione, pickpocket.
Busy market like this
Attenzione,
is prime territory for pickpockets.
pickpocket.
So, to get the pass back, we need to find this child. Where would we even start?
I know where. I've got a pal in Bock lad who might be able to help us. No one knows more about what goes on round here than she does.
All right.
Where do we find her?
She's the owner of the Crimson Caravans, up that way. Sign's got a red chocobo on it.
No time like the present.
You two go on ahead. I'm gonna check the rest of my stuff, make sure nothing else is missing.
All right. We'll meet you there.
Cool. Yeah, I guess I guess Joshua blessed him with the phoenix. That could totally have been the case, and I just
keep an eye out for this red chocobo then.
Deal.
And the other on our purses.
And I just don't remember it. Again, I guess to bring a conversation that I was having earlier, full circle about why I've now decided to switch up streams, that I'm only ever playing one game at a time, is that I started playing, well, to be fair, so I started playing this whenever it released, and I had to take a week off because of moving. But point being that it's been a while since I mate for the Crimson Caravans. Am I supposed to know where it is? It's been a while since I've seen the beginning of the game. And so I've forgotten. I was under the impression that Clive was like born with phoenix powers that makes him more special than ordinary people, but not special enough to be the dominant of fire. The phoenix dominant of fire. But it could be that he was just born a bearer, and that because he's Joshua's brother, that they blessed him with the power of the phoenix. I would totally believe that. Okay, this is the red chocobo. Oh, alright. We're just going to a cutscene anyway.
Looking to hire a coach?
You have to keep
10 million
playing.
for a
I
two-birder
figured,
to the
too cute.
Crystalline Dominion.
I want to
Take it
know
or leave it.
now. Oh, we're not here for that.
Then I bid you good day.
Oh, wait! Don't go, El. He's me mate.
Goots?
As I live and breathe. Goots, what are you doing back in Boklad? I gather Lady Karen didn't send you.
Why would you think that?
So what trouble have you got yourself into this time?
It's me trader's pass. It got stolen. By a little bairn.
Of all the... You're the size of a marble. Honestly.
He's a gentle giant. Leave him alone.
Goots told us that you know the markets well. Might you have an idea which little bairn could have done this?
We don't intend to punish them. We just need our pass back. Then we can be on our way.
I see. So neither of you has a trader's pass either.
No, ma'am.
Not that anyone would take you for traders, but I suppose that's why you came to me, correct?
Sure.
Now, I can't say for sure who took your pass, but I suspect I know why they did it. Let me explain. Ever since the Fist marched on the Dominion, the Republic has been clamping down on any commerce that might aid the Empire more than it does us. Which means traders' passes have gone from being merely a way of easing one's progress to being essential if one wishes to cross the border at all. And with demand outstripping supply, they've become a precious commodity, leading some to seek to acquire them by less than legitimate means.
So the children are stealing passes to sell on the black market.
Clever.
Yes and no. Passes are inscribed with the names of their owners, and yet none of the victims' names have appeared on the register of those passing through the checkpoint.
Which means?
That someone is doctoring the stolen passes. The same someone who is encouraging the children to steal them. And the same someone who has Goots' pass, no doubt. Whoever they are, they're ruining the livelihoods of honest merchants, which is why we've decided to take a stand. Will you stand with us? You want to get your pass back, and we want to ensure that no more are stolen. Catch whoever's behind it all, and two birds shall be slain with a single stone.
Sounds grim when you say it like that.
Is there any other way of getting to the Crystalline Dominion, Goots?
Apparently not.
They won't let you in if you're not with the caravan. It's that, I don't know, try swimming across the strait. But the guards will definitely
Be serious,
spot you if you try and
Boots.
do that. Like, we don't want to get spotted, right?
So either we find the people who took the pass, or give up all hope of entering the Dominion.
Guys, stop being dramatic. We'll find who took the pass. Good grief.
All right. We'll help.
Thank you kindly. But I don't know your name. Eloise at your service.
Wyvern.
Clive.
Okay.
A pleasure doing business with you, Clive.
We're the most hunted man in the whole realm. So that's the whole reason why we've got Goots with us, so that we can travel under the guise of being his, like, protectors or something. Why the hell are we giving out our real name?
The furniture makers by the coach stop is spearheading the search. Wear that, and he will know you for a friend. I suggest that you speak with him first.
The furniture makers. Understood.
I will... Okay, so something that I have noticed about the story is that there's a lot of the same initial sort... It feels like a lot of the same initial setup.
You won't find a finer array
Yeah.
of the strait.
Oh, good. Where you go, you meet the lead person in the town, they give you the seal, it lets you go about and do your other business, whatever. It's not that egregious. Like, it's not so bad or something that it's like bothering me, and I think it's like poor. I don't know. It's more something interesting to point out right now. But this whole, oh, your pass has gotten stolen thing seems like a very thin reason to keep us here and to stall momentum. I kind of wish it was something a bit more. Maybe this will spin out into something quite interesting. But this seems quite thin right now. We'll see. He's not just bearer, he has Phoenix Blessing. It allowed him to get into the Phoenix Ruins, but to the common man, he's just a bearer. Okay, okay. And Goots is gorgeous. He's precious, so sweet. But just
looking for something in particular? Ah, Eloise collared you too, eh? Then I expect you want to know more.
Collared me?
She told me you were leading the hunt for the pickpockets. What have you learned?
For one, that they're targeting the traders carrying the biggest packs. Harder to watch your back, see? And less chance of the mark giving chase if they're spotted. Not that they'd be likely to catch them. Those imps know every inch of this war.
He really lingered on that word. Imps.
Their eyes must have lit up when they saw Goots.
The fishmonger round by the gate's been trying to track down the children involved. You should go and have a word with her.
Thank you. We will.
Fair point, Trig. Yeah, super fair point. Spicy almond fish, yo, welcome in. Where is Sid? He's not with us. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Torgal, sniff him out. I know, honestly. Let's just get Torgal on the case. Damn you, pattern recognition.
Fish for sale. Fresh sorted and smoked.
You don't need to shout. I'm right in front of your face.
Ah, sorry. Message from Eloise, is it?
She's asked me to help her.
Why are you shouting?
To help you find the pickpockets.
Is that so? Suppose I better tell you what I know then. For one, this isn't a family operation. All the traders say the children who stole their passes were dirty, dressed in rags. Street urchins, by the sound of it. We get a lot around here.
Orphans from the wars.
A few, perhaps. You saw the refugees gathered by the entranceway? They're all looking for a new start in the Dominion and beyond. Some of them take it as an opportunity to rid themselves of unwanted baggage.
Sure.
The shame of it.
Oh, okay.
Whoever behind this would have to have
Never
made
mind, it's
themselves
very
known to the
shameful.
children
I
at
don't
some
understand it at all, Clive.
So should we.
You should start with the children around here then. I doubt they're the ones involved, but they might have heard something.
It's worth a try.
Swole said something similar yesterday. I've not been able to watch Swole because he's farther ahead than me. He's either streaming at a time where I can't watch, or I've known that he's further ahead of me. So what exactly did he say? Speak with the children.
You won't find anything
Out of curiosity, CM. Human Haggis, I feel like I only ever show up
sweetest
for the filler
nectar.
arcs of Final Fantasy. If you stick around, I'm going to try and stick to main mission stuff, so hopefully it's not just filler. Welcome in, human. It's very MMORPG design. Got it. Well, fill-in, is the game good or not? I will answer that question and then I will talk to the child. I think the game is fantastic. I am... Will it show me how many hours in I am? Will it show me here? Yeah. No. It won't. I'm about just over halfway through the game, but I've played, I'm gonna say, upwards of like 40 hours in the game. I don't know if that sounds right to other people or not. I'm kind of bad at estimating. And I think the story is fantastic. I'm really enjoying the combat. There are side missions, especially front loaded towards the beginning, that are not really that interesting. They're just kind of fetch questy stuff. But the further you go on in, frankly, the further you go on in, the more interesting the story gets, the more interesting a lot of the side content gets as well. So I'm having a really fantastic time doing it. It's a beautiful game. The music's amazing. But I can also understand that this isn't going to be everyone's cup of tea. There are people who just like aren't interested in the combat style. There are people that find it can be a lot of dialogue. There's a lot of talking, especially when I'm doing some of the side mission ones. I kind of skip through some of the dialogue just because it seems a bit more filler. But the moments where you've got all principal cast in there, like acting, I think the voice acting is incredible. I think some of the animations, when it's good, it's really, really good. And it feels amazing. And I think that the game, at the very least, at the very beginning, does a really good job of setting up intrigue. And then what I think they've also done a really good job of, that I feel like not many games typically do, is that when you are in really peak moments of the game, it kind of like really relentlessly pulls you through those big peak moments, and it kind of like doesn't give you a moment for downtime. So where I think the kind of unfortunate thing is now is that for the most part in today's stream, granted, I'm still doing the same main mission chapter. The main mission stuff in today's stream's not really been that compelling, in my opinion. It's not been that compelling. It's not been interesting. We've hit more of like a lull in the story. But my spidey senses tell me that it's, at least I hope, that it's going to pick back up quite soon. So I would recommend it. But I also, I'm really drawn to action adventure games that have really strong narrative. So that's where this kind of suits me really well. And a lot of people are saying, I've not played Witcher 3. A lot of people describe this as like Game of Thrones meets Witcher 3. I don't know how true or not that is, but what I do know is true is that the game is very clearly inspired by Game of Thrones. So if that interests you or not, that's something worth noting.
Excuse me. Do you mind if I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Can't stop you.
I was just wondering if anyone has asked you to do anything out of the ordinary recently.
It's an odd way to ask that.
Grown-ups ever ask us to do is shut up and go away. So guess what I'm about to tell you to do?
Sorry. I'll leave you alone.
Poor Jill, she's being bullied. Don't let the children bully you. I had to Google to see how many times played. Oh, 2, so no worries. Yeah. I think, God, I can't believe I'm just over halfway and it's 40. This is the game that I thought I would have finished. I thought I would have been done finishing it in like 30 something hours. Because if you Google like how long to play, I'm pretty sure it says like 30 something hours. But of course I do all the side mission stuff. But it's also like, I know just then I took a moment to pause to talk to you guys. But for the most part, like I don't really pause gameplay that much. Don't you think?
What do you want?
Maybe not.
What I want is to know who's asking children like you to pick pockets.
I don't know. Nobody's asked me.
Liar.
What's picking pockets? Do you get paid for it?
No, you get in trouble for it. So if they come calling, you know what to tell them.
Don't do it. Behave. 2 weeks of Final Fantasy in just 4 hours. Yeah, exactly. I'm just that good. Speed running it. I think it changes from game to game. Some count idle time, some don't.
Excuse me.
What do you want?
So what I just counted.
I don't have any money.
Hang on.
It's all right. We're not going to hurt you. We just want to talk.
What about?
We've heard that some very bad people are making children like you
Her
steal from
top
travelers.
looks so good
You need
underneath,
to
like
know
the
who's
texture of
behind
it, you
so we
know.
can stop them.
I don't know much about it, really. But my friend, Honza, he said he got a job doing something dangerous.
Okay, where's Honza?
Sounds promising.
We need to find him and ask.
Do you know where your friend might be?
He's usually by the tents outside town.
Thank you. You've been very helpful.
So the way that I checked is I just use, I went on a website called Twitch Tracker that just aggregates the amount of time streamers spend streaming a certain category. So I've been streaming in the Final Fantasy category for a total of 40.7 hours. But I know that I start each stream with like 40 minutes of just chatting. Like I'm in the Final Fantasy category, but I'm not actually playing. So I reckon I've played like 37 hours of Final Fantasy,
Daddy,
probably.
I'm hungry.
Between 35 and 37. Why are people worried about how many hours they play?
That big fat donkey was easy pickings. He wouldn't have noticed if we'd robbed his boots off him.
You nasty little
Wish
children.
we hadn't handed over the pass, though. Could use one of those things to get out of this dump.
Chance would be a fine thing. The moment they found out, they'd string us up by our guts.
Would they now? Perhaps you'd like to introduce us to these charming characters.
Shit, we're in trouble now.
Catch them by the scruff.
You two get caught if you want. I'm off.
Damn.
Where are you going?
So that was Honza, eh? Jill, you watch these two. I'm going after him.
No, please don't make me chase him. Please, not a chase scene. I care how many hours I've spent playing something because, okay, good. It's not a literal chase. Not as like a point of pride or anything. I just want to know how long I'm spending doing something so I can think about how much longer it's going to take me to finish it and blah blah
He
blah.
stole something from a friend of mine.
There was a boy ran back there towards the Chocobo pen, but...
Thank you.
I think playing while streaming is just naturally slow because of how much you engage with chat instead of, going on to the next part. It's definitely slower. Yeah, for sure it's slower because like there are definitely moments where I'll pause to chat. But that's the thing, I feel like for the most part I'm fairly good at simultaneously chatting with you guys and playing the game. I feel like there's I don't know. And there was someone else I think had said had spent as long as I did and was around at the same time. So I'm hoping. Oh, there you go. To me, I can excuse the boring parts of the game due to the sheer highs of the game.
It's all right, Hunter. I'm not going to hurt
And you need the moments of lull. You can't be up here all the time. You'd get exhausted. And it would lose its,
Fine. Not like I've got a choice.
I'm looking for the people who are making you steal for them. Who are they?
Clive like this.
Called themselves the Carstones. They said they'd give me a good gill if I did what they told me. I knew they were bad, but bread doesn't come for free.
Bless.
Didn't come at all half the time, before I started buzzing for them. If I didn't do it, they'd just pick on someone else. Someone they could push around easier.
It's not the point.
Hunter.
It's kind of sad.
You found him then?
Jill. Where are the other two?
Eloise is watching over them. She sent Goots and I to look for you.
You're... him!
Poor Goots.
I haven't got your pass anymore, if that's what you're after. I gave it to the Carstones. Whatever you do to me, I can't get it back. Not that I go against them anyway. If it weren't for their gill, me and my mates would have starved.
Damn. Stolen side mission from Audio 2, 0 out of 10 game. It is derivative. It's derivative of a lot of things sometimes.
Cowards. You will not force another child to do your bidding.
No!
We're not.
No, you're confused. But also, don't you think that this guy
Don't
looks
hurt him.
kind of like he has the same hairstyle that Clive had when he was young? Don't you think? He kind of looks like how
Making a mistake. We're on the same
Clive
side.
would have looked.
Like hell we are.
I think he looks more like a grown-up Clive than Clive looks.
That brooch. Where did you get it?
Master Theo?
Goots. What are you doing with these people? Unless you're the ones my sister was talking about.
Your sister?
Hey, Adam, welcome in.
Eloise didn't tell us she had a brother.
Why would she?
I'm just a back and a blade.
No, I just meant like it wouldn't have come up organically in the
Theodore,
short conversation that we had with her.
service. Sorry about before.
Theodore, what do you know of the cast stones?
Vultures who have made Boklad their hunting ground. They prey on the desperate, stealing from those with gil and bullying those without it into joining their flock.
They look
I've
distractingly
been looking into their
similar.
activities in hope of sparing the refugees any further hardship. But it seems they've already stooped even lower than I'd feared. Hansa's a good lad. Don't blame him for what they've made him do. If he and his friends hadn't agreed to work for the stones, some other poor souls would have. On pain of death, most likely. Clive, was it?
Clive.
And my sisters asked you to help put an end to the
Yes.
pickpocketing. Then we all want the same thing.
They look so similar, but not Clive. I forget his name. He's just told me his name and I've forgotten it. Not Clive is not attractive. Clive is really attractive, but not Clive is not attractive, and yet they look similar. Isn't that kind of weird? It's a bit weird. What's your name again? Theodore.
Oh, where is...
Oh, poor goose. Yeah, Theodore is not attractive, but Theodore... Clive looks like... Clive... The two of them looking at each other like this. Clive is like naughty Theodore. I think. Like rugged Theodore. Theodore is like clean Clive. I don't like it.
So, what's the plan?
What else? We find the cast stones
And we crush them.
You get your traders passed back, and I make Boklad a safe place again.
All right then.
Deal.
All right then.
Sid is naughty Clive. But Clive is...
Hansa, where are they camped? Don't worry. They'll never know you told us.
Couldn't if I wanted to. They always come to town to collect the passes.
Sid
Just
is
outside the
cheeky
gate.
Clive.
I tried following them once, but they spotted me halfway down the trail. Said they'd string me up.
We'll try it this time. Which way were they going?
Back down the road towards Leighton's Cleft.
To Leighton's Cleft then.
Okay, let's go.
Leighton's Cleft is to
Yeah,
the
obviously
south,
one was sent
past
to the army as a branded. Yeah. Separated at birth. Theo is like baby Beckham versus older, rugged Becks. Now hang on. When you say baby Beckham, do you mean David Beckham when he was a youth, when he was younger? Or do you mean Brooklyn Beckham, his baby?
That's that.
Because we could do Theodore is David. Okay. Theodore is like David Beckham pre-tattoos. Clive is David Beckham post-tattoos. Yes. Who would be referring to his kid? Who would be referring to his kid? What do you mean? You prefer Theodore. Sveta has no taste. Clearly. The kids are like tiny adults. Bless, they've had to grow up so young. So
That's the one who's been sticking his nose in our business.
imagine you come up to what you think is a normal sword fight, you get rocked by that. Incredible. I hate that ability.
I doubt these were the ringleaders.
But at least we know we're on the right track.
Sure. More fighting, more blood. I mean, either works. Brooklyn Beckham is such an odd one, dude. Not that I know him personally. God. Yeah. I kind of feel bad for him in a way. It would be hard to be David Beckham's son. Oh wait, someone's protecting you. Or are you the one protecting people? I think this is the one I have to kill first. Yeah, okay, cool. Java, oh my god, what do you mean, Savage? I think that was a brilliant analysis.
More foot soldiers.
Sid hooked up with Benedicta. Clive doesn't kiss Jill. But see, that's what makes Clive so perfect, right? Because Clive is like one of those, you know, looks like a bad boy, you think is a bad boy, but they're not. They're just a real lovely softie in the end. Swooning. Fits me to a T. Yes, Fessa.
Not a bad haul today, eh?
He's a good guy.
Some of our new recruits are natural-born ne'er-do-wells.
Ne'er-do-wells.
Especially the little ones. And Hans has got nimble fingers, all right.
It will be a shame when they chop them off. But till then, let's make the most of it.
Scum. The leaders of the cast stones, I take it.
They don't deserve any mercy, Clive.
I wasn't planning on
Clive.
showing them any.
We're ready when you are, Theodore.
Oh, I'm ready.
I'm so sorry. I've created this whole headcanon where they're now at like a tete-a-tete with one another. And he's like, I'm not trying to show them any mercy. You know what I mean? They're trying to like muck that up. They're trying to one-up each other a little bit. Maybe I don't need to be as precise with that window as I think I need to be. There we go. Yeah. Oh, they does it in multiples. Bullshit. Oh, Ryugu's Gatorade not referencing his child. So we're referencing young David Beckham then. But like really young David Beckham. Otherwise it doesn't work. Otherwise I no longer stand by the analysis. Clive isn't an asshole. Clive is such a good guy. I'm not having you slander Clive in this house. Alright? One could say that he's had the right time to do it, but for Clive he's waiting for the right moment. See? I love Clive. He's just very damaged, and the fact that he was only raised until 50 and then turned into a literal slave. Blackhound gets it as well.
And they say crime doesn't pay. Gold chains, rings, purses. And traders' passes. Dozens of them.
Have the names been changed?
Not yet. I recognize some of them. No doubt Goots's is somewhere among them. Now I just need to sort through it all and return everything to the people it was taken from.
We should go and give Eloise the good news. Can we leave things here in your hands, Theodore?
Of course. Oh, and be sure to tell her of the part I played, won't you?
We'll be glad to.
You say it's a niche reference, but it's not a niche reference, because Brooklyn... I think the Brooklyn to... is a good comparison. Because Brooklyn is also one of those ones that, like... How do I describe it? David Beckham is, like, effortlessly cool. Whereas, like, Brooklyn Beckham, I think, wishes he was like his dad like that. And he's not. I don't mean to be really mean. It feels kind of mean to say, but... And so that's why I was like, oh wait, that's such a good... I asked because I think it's actually... Oh, sorry. Such a good reference.
Ready, go?
Yeah. Whatever. Maybe you guys just aren't up to date about... I mean, respectfully, do you guys know anything about Brooklyn Beckham? Because if you knew him, you'd know what I'm getting at. Counterpoint, most guys are just assholes. Ah, come on. We can't think like that, Life Bane.
There are no crystals here.
Yeah, fair. So I've made some bad choices, but Clive isn't one of them, alright? Clive, body pillow incoming! I don't have a throne or anything like that, but maybe it would be time to make a throne just so I could put Clive body pillow on my wish list. That definitely will be very, very easy purchase to explain.
Ah, Clive. How goes the hunt? My brother isn't getting in your way, I trust?
Quite the opposite.
I love that faux pas when they like... Not faux pas, excuse me,
So
trope
it was the
of when they...
cast stones who were behind it all. Theo told me he'd been on their trail. And their demise solves 3 problems at a stroke. That of the pickpockets, the bandits pulling their strings, and the passes they were stealing. I only hope yours is among the items you recovered. Only time and Theo's return will tell. Speaking of whom, welcome home, dear brother.
Dear brother.
You are too kind, Eloise. Here, Clive. Goods' pass. Ask him to keep a closer eye on it from now on, would you?
I don't like the way he talks.
Thank you.
El, I've asked our boys to carry the rest of the goods back. Can I count on your help in sorting through it all?
Of course. I'll make some space in the storeroom. I expect you'll soon be on your way then. But it wouldn't do to leave without introducing yourself properly. Would it now? Sid. Don't look so shocked. We're on the same side.
Okay.
I don't understand.
As you now know all too well, we at the Crimson Caravans are always happy to help those in need. For a small fee, we will move anything that needs moving. Be that goods to market, or bearers away from it.
I was the first my sister helped escape. If it wasn't for her, I'd have been branded as a boy.
I had no idea.
It just so happens that we are seeking to expand our operation. And who better to join forces with than the leader in the field? Wouldn't you agree, Theo?
Theo's like, God damn it.
It seems our purpose is the same in more ways than one.
Sure.
So what would you say to working together again?
It would be our pleasure.
And our honor. The honor is ours.
Here, Clive. This is for you.
I don't like him looking down camera like that. Thank you.
What is it?
El has friends in high places, while I have associates in lower ones. That mark is proof that you're a friend to us both.
Okay. Join the 2 emblems, form the collar and compass.
I shall bear it with pride.
Good.
Well, all that remains is to wish you a safe onward journey. Goots' pass should secure you a place on the caravan, but if you encounter any difficulties, we would be delighted to provide you with a coach of our own. For a discounted price, of course. Say, 9 million?
We'll try the caravan.
In this economy, Eloise, be absolutely serious right now. Get a grip. Sidolphus. Closest thing Google turned up was Cloud Sephiroth body pillow. Got no interest in that.
Right then. Let's get this back to Goots.
Also, hang on.
It's on to the Dominion.
CM, do you really know, and others, do you really not know about anything about Brooklyn Beckham? You don't know about his cringy photography?
But would you happen to be a
You don't know about his cooking?
that well-notched steel.
No way, no way.
Physique. I have need of a sword for hire, and yours looks to be a weapon well worth the coin. Might you be convinced to offer me the use of those formidable arms?
No.
How exactly do you intend to use them?
Well, being something of a scholar of Zemeckis history, I wish to investigate the ruins near the city, and
you will if you play Final Fantasy VII. There we go. So hold off on ordering the Sephiroth and Cloud body pillows, okay? Until we get to Final Fantasy VII.
You will not only earn yourself material wealth, but partake of the true treasure that awaits us there. The rich and storied history of Zemeckis. Well, will you ever party to a finer proposition?
Might as well. Nobody cares about him over here. Frankly, I don't think there are many people that care about him, period.
But
he's like...
Along the old Zemeckis road, and from there, onward to discover.
Guys, you're missing out.
There is not a moment to lose.
He's such an odd one.
Good luck with your ne'er-do-wells.
He really, like, fancies himself a man of many passions. And, like, look, photography...
Make sure he doesn't get himself killed.
You know, like, it's an art, it's subjective, but the net of it is that he is routinely clowned on for kind of... Like, he published this book of his photography, and the photos are sort of roundly panned as bad. He fancies himself quite an amazing cook, and he'll do all these, like, cooking show things. But his cooking is either not that complex or doesn't seem that good. It's just, like, a continuing... And again, and I actually feel so bad for him, because if your dad's David Beckham, I mean, one of the absolute best football players alive, it would be so hard, I think, to live in your dad's shadow like that. Your dad is David Beckham, your mum is Posh Spice. So I feel for him, but sometimes he doesn't do himself favors. I think where, like, Posh and Bex, like Victoria and David Beckham, were really well loved is that they were both like common-ish people who rose to fame because of their talents or whatever, even though Posh isn't a good singer. And they have, like, a kind of, like, down-to-earthness about them. I think David, he's just, like, obviously a Nepo kid, you know. That's probably his biggest crime, is that he's just a Nepo kid.
Timely intervention. More importantly,
who's married to another Nepo kid.
Now, feast your eyes upon the marvel before us. Ruins, a relic of the fallen civilization. A sight so common that man is oft blinded to its wonder. Colossal vessels, dashed from the very heavens. Airships, we call them, with very little thought to what wonders such a word might describe. Oblige me if you would. Does anything strike you as peculiar about this particular specimen? Though we ourselves find fallen ruins to be nigh indestructible, whatever gouged the final sin from the rock cleaved clean through the structure you see before you. A tantalizing mystery, no doubt, but merely one of countless enigmas in which Zemeckis history is steeped. Come, good sir. Our expedition continues, and we still have much to learn.
Okay. First is reading birth chart reading, but it's just written Clive is an Aries according to Google.
I'll give him that.
Well, Aries is one of the 3 fire signs, so would check out. If we had to speak, like, at most, like, your basest sort of, like what are Aries known for? I think Aries are kind of known to have quick tempers. So, very, like, hold strong to their convictions and sort of a quick temper. So the average rip snob. I don't understand why he bothers proving himself to everyone. He really doesn't have to. No need. Well, not again, I think is what he was going to say. I mean, why? Yeah. Sure, I think the, you know, smarter thing would be like, okay, you don't need to. No. And it just sticks up. Well, that was fun at least. But I don't know. I could kind of see where you feel like you would need to. Your dad's David Beckham. You want to be known and appreciated in your own right for your own passions. I don't know, guys. I'm not a Netho baby, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know the goings on in the minds of someone who is. What a great finisher. Whoom, flying in the air. I didn't ignore it, Feta. I was listening to cutscene.
You're going to get yourself killed. Oh, that would not do. That would not do at all. Not when such majesty stretches out before us. Behold, the final sin in all its glory. As Moss tells us, a battle was fought here in ancient times. A battle of such ferocity that it tore a great crater in the very land upon which it was waged. In reaching for their holy sanctum, did man enrage the gods. And great was the vengeance that was rained down upon him. Alas, the full truth of the matter is lost to time, though I live in hope that I might see it discovered. But we must not dwell upon such things. There is more yet to see. Onward. History.
Tally ho! What are you? I suspect. What sign are you? Oh yeah, that reminds me. I watched the DSP doc. You are far too kind of a person. Pray tell, if you feel so inclined, what would make you say that? I would actually love to hear your thoughts about it. If you feel like sharing, but it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. Oh, sorry. Jesus. He's quite a character. Thank you, Red. Since I'm out here in these streets improving. That command means nothing to me. Well, maybe it should. You're an Aries. You're walking on some mighty thin ice. I mean, that's spoken like an Aries, huh?
Oh no. He's really got himself this time.
Again, it totally makes sense, but I want iframes when I'm doing all these things, god damn it. I get why I don't, but it would be really nice. Just like it'd be so nice if I was like a millionaire, huh? Oh, it's such a good attack. Oh, I have enough points now to get another something rather. Today's stream more than ever. I keep on getting messing up doing the quick recovery. Come on. Am I in trouble? I've also not looked at my abilities, not my abilities, excuse me, my accessories, which I keep on calling my talismans. They're not talismans, they're accessories, but they're talismans in not Game of Thrones, Jesus Christ, in Elden Ring. Oh, I suspect that's totally fair. It's one of those things where it's like, it's interesting to think about, like, to me, it's interesting. Sometimes I find some things that ring true, but it's not a science. It's not like you can't live your life by it. I wouldn't live my life by it.
And once more, you impress me with your prowess. These were no ordinary foes, but ones we in the field call echoes. Though Moss the Chronicler concurs with the legends in attributing the fall of Zemeckis to a wrath wrought upon mankind by the gods, he offers little in the way of explanation. Could the ruins we see before us here, in all their elaborate beauty, perhaps suggest an answer? Could the construction of such miraculous edifices have been considered an encroachment upon the province of the divine? Alas, All is mere speculation. But one day, perhaps, I will learn the truth.
Not if you keep running headfirst into trouble.
You are
Slow
right,
down.
of course. And not only have you plucked me repeatedly from the jaws of death, you have proven yourself a willing audience to my
I'm sorry.
rambling.
It feels like every time we're in one of these scenes, there is a eagle somewhere up above that caws. And I don't know if it's just in Dhalmekia or somewhere else, but
overstated the case on that front. In truth, a captive ear was all I really desired. You see, even my fellow scholars have grown somewhat weary of my musings of late. And so I came upon the idea of purchasing a companion. A captive audience, if you will.
That's what this was all about.
I am afraid so. And now, my good man, it is high time we returned whence we came.
Fine. Just don't go running off this time.
what are 3 things you need for birth chart reading? Your sun sign, your moon sign, and your ascendant or rising sign. And there's a website called Cafe Astrology that gives you all of that info. You just need to know your birth time and birthplace, like location where you were born.
And so ends a delightful day. Here, your reward for humoring my selfish whims.
Thank you.
A little extra for the trouble I have put you to.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, good stuff. Didn't you say he was a successful content creator? I disagree. I didn't quite say that. I said something diplomatic. What I'd said was that success looks very different to different people. It depends on what your definition of success is. There are many people... Oh my god, there are so many side missions. There are many people who would say, because he's been doing it... Sorry, this is like an important tangent. Cone, welcome in. How's it going? We are in Dhalmekia. There are many of his contemporaries, because he's been doing it for 15 years, who are like... And I think I quoted, it's so weird, Keemstar, who was like, dude, you're literally on level 1. Like, you've not made any progression. You've not moved forward. If anything, you've moved backwards. There was a period of time where you're at your peak, and now you've slipped back. But where some people could technically define him as successful, because he is a full-time content creator who is making a living off of purely making content. Would I want that to be... I don't agree with what he does morally, because there's a reason that he's managed to sustain as long as he has, and it's nothing I would ever want to do. And it is certainly not what I would want my streaming career to look like. And yet it's fascinating that he is still kicking around and doing it's such like a weird conundrum.
I see you've been of some assistance to Eloise.
Yes.
Perhaps you can extend me finding someone. I was griping about my lot to a friend of mine a few days back. Now, Joseph's a sellsword, and a good one.
Any idea where his search...
The old Zemeckis Road, perhaps? Joseph's lived a hard life. Made him grey long.
Can't imagine there are too many grey-haired sellswords around.
Okay. Sun in Gemini, Moon in Capricorn, Ascendant Cancer. Okay.
That's that then.
So let's start your Sun in Gemini.
There are no crystals here. We have to keep going.
After this.
What do you want?
Just information.
Now you mention it, there was...
Which way did he go?
I was like, it's not that guy going like this, is it?
How am I supposed to know? Buggered off down the road, I expect. Now why don't you do the same and leave me be?
Cone, welcome in. I feel like I'm not saying that right. Welcome, welcome in, please. You can correct me if I'm mispronouncing it. Unless it's something it might be something naughty. But I'm not sure. Okay, Sun in Gemini. The, like, stereotype trope, whatever, of Gemini that I don't fully agree with is that you're, like, a two-faced person, right? And I don't think it's like that. I think it's that Gemini are very mistrusting people. And so they have a face that they feel comfortable like showing to the world, and then, you know, a face that they feel comfortable showing to the world, and then a version of themselves that they like to keep private. So I don't think it's that Gemini are like sneaky, malicious, duplicitous people. It's just that they go like, actually, I'm mistrusting of people, and I only want to show one version of myself to people, and then I keep a version of myself private. That's Gemini Sun. So that's who you are, like, to your core. Your ascendant is like what people would pick up on. It's like, maybe you could think of it as like the mask that you would show the world. Your ascendant's in Cancer. Cancer is like, is a water sign. It's the most emotional of the water signs. I always go that like Pisces is like crybaby, emotional. Scorpio is like moody, edgy teenager, emotional, and Cancer is just like a combination of the two. So interesting that you are quite like an emotion-driven person. Then your moon is in Capricorn. Your moon is the planet that rules emotion for you. But it's interesting that your moon is in Capricorn, because Capricorn is quite like, in a way, an austere sort of sign. It's an earth sign. I think of them as like very level-headed, very unbothered, very like least of like the emotional signs, very pragmatic kind of thing. So I think it's interesting that that's in your moon, and that's the reading.
We don't want any trouble.
Neither do I. I'm looking for...
Well, we haven't... Yes, we have. We saw him climbing up the rocks.
Tattletale.
Those ones. Over there.
Maybe he found his thieves.
Mum won't let me near them. She said there's got... Shh, now. I only told him what you...
I'd listen to your mother if I were you.
Not Clive disciplining the child. Yes, Clive. Oh no, it's up there. It's up there. Sorry, I didn't need to call the thing. Thank you for the 100-bit cheer. Next time Saturn is in Gatorade, I hope it's Purple Rain flavor. That's very valid. Look, I'm not saying it's Bible. I'm not saying it's truth. I'm not saying you need to live your life by the sun and the moon and the stars. I have it as a point reward redemption because we were doing it randomly one day in an Elden Ring stream, and I don't know why.
Did Joseph's thieves really lug their stolen wares all the way out here?
And then it just so happened that like so many people were requesting it, I couldn't keep up with the demand. And so I was like, oh, well, let me make it, if people are really enjoying it, let me make it a channel point. Hang on, was it an actual sword that I picked up? Let me make it a channel point reward redemption so that people that are interested in it can redeem it. No, no, equipment, gear, what is... Yeah, it's way worse. I mean, we knew it was going to be worse because I've got Excalibur, but still. At least we looked it up. The Gemini thing tracks.
I think we found our thieves.
The goblins are so
They
silly.
don't look happy to see me.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Goblin Prince. Each time that I think I have the fire ability on, and I never do. So I'm gonna start doing lives, yeah, live readings on TikTok. No, I'm gonna start doing the bloody NPC TikToks. I can't even do it properly. Apparently they make so much money doing that. I mean, I guess it's not really that surprising, but it kind of is. It shouldn't surprise me, and yet it does. How about that? Oh, brilliant. What a great finisher. Ms. Cleo chip. There you go. I wouldn't even know where to begin. League of Legends character.
Stop. Don't kill him. He's just protecting his home.
That's actually
Joseph.
valid.
So the boy was right.
I don't know you.
Your porter friend sent me to find you. She was worried you might have got yourself killed.
Have I been gone that long? Wasn't hard finding the thieves. problem was knowing what to do with them when I did.
I take it things are more complicated than they appear.
Your wife Rani would be very proud of my astrology knowledge.
Market. You know what
Thank
that is? Because our thieves had no interest in gold or gems or anything they couldn't eat for that matter. Add to that the rumors of goblins in the area and the mystery practically solved itself. I soon found their cozy little homestead and there was a missing
They're like staring into each other's eyes. My God.
full of righteous fury, but their leader was the only one who moved to meet me. The others, they huddled around that food, ready to die protecting it. They stole because it was that or starvation. I've been there myself, back when times were hard.
So you spared them, and earned their trust into the bargain by the look of it.
These goblins aren't native to the area. They don't know how to survive such barren lands, so I've been teaching them. And once they've learned to hunt and forage, they won't be fool enough to risk their necks in Bocklad.
I'm impressed. I didn't know goblins could be reasoned with.
Do me a favor. Let the porter know I'm safe. I'll head back to the market once my work here is done. Oh, and don't mention the goblins. I don't want people coming here brandishing pitchforks. Not now this lot have sworn off thieving.
Your
Quite cute.
I appreciate it.
It's a nice little like complex bit of, you know, something or other that we've not expected. Mysterious Lemon, welcome in. Poor goblins indeed. Random thought, you need to ask Ben to be the guest on your new yet to be thought of podcast with Basic. You know, it's so funny though, right? I was about to make a joke being like, yeah, totally. He's totally going to want to be on it. Yeah, I'll hop on that real quick. I've got to stop thinking like that. You never know. You never know, you know? I've got to be less harsh. He may want to. He may see that we're such big fans of the game and may want to do it. Who knows? Maybe he doesn't. And they just doesn't respond or just says no. And that's fine. What's the worst that's going to happen? You get ignored or they say no. And then I have a little cry to myself, but then I get over it. Eventually. But I shouldn't be so disparaging right out the gate, you know? Yeah, I think it's okay to objectively call him unsuccessful. I don't know. I felt like mean doing that, but it's... He's incredibly privileged and lucky. Incredibly privileged and lucky. He's failed repeatedly because he has a rep, was given chance after chance. It is frankly, and again, I think it's where the fascination comes in with it. It is astonishing what he's...
Daddy.
I don't even want to say accomplished because it sounds like I don't know, a positive thing. It the whole like I said, it's like watching a car crash.
Joseph's fine. He'll be back once he's tied up a few loose ends.
That's a weight off my shoulders.
He certainly knows his business. You found your thieves all right. And I dare say they won't be coming back.
A good man to have around, that Joseph. And if he says there'll be no more thieving, that's good enough for me.
Sounds
Thank you for putting my
kind
mind
of
at
Keira
ease.
Knightley.
Here, for your troubles.
Kind of sultry Keira Knightley-ish. And there have also been so many times. Cool. Okay. Where he could have like turned it around or done something different, and he will continuously dig a hole for himself. It's just... The whole thing is so mind-boggling to me.
And a word out to everyone. I want to know right
Who
away.
cares? He sucks.
Bad
He
news.
sucks.
Good,
He's
actually.
horrible.
Something worth celebrating for a change. Only trouble is, the serving girl's still new to the job, so I can't leave her
Exactly,
while I go and
Aaron.
invite those I'd like to celebrate with.
2-hour closet
What exactly
cry.
are you celebrating, if you don't mind me asking?
I've come by a particularly fine bottle of red.
Let's crack it
Gotan
open.
66, no less. Gotan Rouge is the only good thing to have ever come out of the Empire, and most wouldn't part with a 66 if you held a knife to their throats.
So I've heard.
Oh, so you know of it then? Clearly you're a gentleman of taste.
Clearly.
A gentleman who might sympathize with my predicament, perhaps? Would you pass the good news to a few friends of mine? I'll give you a little something for your time, of course.
Wrong Ben, Feta. Not quite the right Ben, but I do appreciate that. It's
Sounds
worse
simple
than
enough.
that. It's
you'll do
I
it?
can't explain it.
Marvelous. Thank you. You won't need to go far. All three of them should be right here in the market. There's Aldrich the porter, Milan the butcher, and Bolek, a guard over at the north gate. 3 of the finest fellows in Boklad, if you ask me. Tell them to come to the tavern when they finish for the day. Stop by again when you let them know, and I'll give you your little something.
I'll be right back.
Okay. You have a very good podcast voice. Trig, thank you very much. That's good to hear. Because, you know, you may be hearing it in podcast format. Think about it, you can be driving to work, hearing me talk about all sorts. Who even knows? Wherever the wind takes the conversation.
I've been asked to find Aldrich, the porter. I don't suppose that's you, is it?
That's me right enough. You need something delivered?
The innkeeper sent me. He said there's a cup of Gotan 66 with your name on it.
Pepsi, mashed potatoes, and Slipknot. A man of culture
66?
indeed.
Look at me. If he's just got hold of it now, it must have been in the crates he had me carry down from Sambrek.
From the Empire to Boklad. You must be a braver man than most. That's a treacherous route to the best of times.
Such is the porter's lot. There's not a patch of storm these feet haven't traipsed across. It's Oriflamme one day, then off to Canva the next. The farther you're willing to go, the fatter the purse. Which is why there's no shortage of competition for some of the longer routes. I'd say I've done enough for today to earn myself a cup of something tasty. Thanks for letting me know.
You're welcome. Thank you for the follows, by the way, everyone. Massive, massive welcome in. Lovely people. Yo. Oh, we all going to see the Barbie movie? Barbie. We should. Hop in, guys. We're going to go see Barbie. I'd love to hear you, Basic and Lucy, on the podcast together. Lucy's another Brit, I think, right? She's British. Podcast name, Jibber Jabber with Java. It's quite good. We love a good bit of alliteration.
Caravan stops next to the checkpoint.
Jibber Jabber. It's quite fun to say.
Milan,
Oh, she's Irish.
That's me. What can I do for you?
The innkeeper's just had a special delivery. He thought you might like to join
Oh,
him for
but
a
she
cup
lives
of
in the
wine after you
UK.
pack up for the day.
Okay.
He knows me only too well. And I've got a ham here that will go handsomely with a nice drop.
Wine and ham to spare. Boklad clearly isn't suffering then.
Comes with being the place everyone has to pass through to get to everywhere else. Those who travel the Crystal Road bring all manner
Thank you,
of goods
Adam.
with them. We get meat from Sanbrek, herbs from Rosaria. Why, sometimes we even see curiosities from across the Narrow. My old man knew what he was about when he set up shop here all those years ago. Anyway, thanks for the good news. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll shut up shop early. Wouldn't want to keep our friend waiting.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, please don't. Also, in my defense, I've never heard Lucy speak, okay? I only see her tweets and know that she lives in the UK. So I didn't know she's Irish because I've not heard
Looking
her.
for Bolek. I was told he'd be guarding the gate.
Well, you found him. You're not here to enlist, I take it?
The innkeeper sent me. He's just taken delivery of a rare vintage, a Gotan 66. He thought you might like a cup.
I've never said no to a goat hand. I'm not about to start now. Thanks for letting me know.
You must be a busy man.
The market would be flooded with refugees if we weren't here to stem the flow. Oh, my heart goes out to them, all right, but we've got our orders. No papers, no passage. Plenty try to slip past us nonetheless. And every now and then, one of them's foolish enough to try and force their way through. And when they do, well, things can get nasty. You know what? That wine's sounding better by the moment.
I spoke to your friends. They'll
It's
be
for the
along
best
soon.
trig that you haven't, to be honest.
Fantastic news.
But if you want to go
kindly.
down a rabbit hole, it's a
been
great
while
rabbit hole
since
to
we
go
all sat
down.
down together. And the way I see it, that wine is as much theirs as it is my own.
How so?
Well, I wouldn't be serving anything but slops without Aldrich to go and fetch the good stuff for me. And then there's Milan, who always sends customers my way. and Bolek, an even-handed keeper of the peace, if ever there was one. Those three are the backbone of Boklad. Lose any one of them,
I don't like that
and the
phrase,
market would
Boklad.
soon
It sounds
fall
weird.
apart. And without the market, I wouldn't have a single customer. I'd say that's worth a bottle of 66, wouldn't you?
And more besides.
Everyone needs a shoulder to lean on. Be they world-weary innkeepers or brooding swordsmen. Right. I'd better prepare for my guest's arrival.
I hear you had me carrying a bottle of Gotan 66. If I'd have known, I would have sold the thing and lived like a lord. I'll settle for a cup, though, if you're in a sharing mood.
Sure.
A Gotan 60 Just as well I had something special of my own set aside. A bottle between the four of us might not be enough to drown our sorrows, but it can't hurt.
But it can't
Here
hurt.
they are, the three pillars of Boklad. Sit yourselves down, gentlemen.
It's a bit of a weird side mission, this. I don't know.
The woes of the world may be monstrous in many, but there's nothing like a few good friends to keep the misery at bay.
Never a truer word spoken.
Java, please be careful what you rant about. I had avoided all Barbie movie ads until your rant, and then after your royal titles rant yesterday, my YouTube shorts were flooded with royal family videos. I get recommended whatever you rant about, so please be careful. I don't want this guy in my YouTube shorts. That is hilarious. I mean, it's not. My condolences. But that is actually genuinely quite funny. Java, please be careful what you rant about. I know, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. It is fascinating, though. I have to admit. This is one of those quests that would end with everyone dying in Elden Ring, which I know. You're kind of like waiting for the shoe to drop. It seemed quite odd, though, to do that. No, got Boklad 66, I think it was.
Jug of snake spit for the road.
The caravan
Starting.
stops next to
Oh god, life bane. Internet fame is a fascinating thing. Could go years out hearing about people that are supposed. Yeah, it's true. And frankly, again, for the best.
Here you are, good. Try not to lose it again.
Oh, don't patronise them like that.
Oh, thank you so much. Nan would have killed me if I'd come back
Oh,
without it.
bless him. I feel
I'll
so
have to
bad
say
for
thanks
him.
to Elle and Theo too.
So should you, Hansa. You and your friends don't have to steal anymore. If anyone threatens you again, you know who to turn to.
Come to me.
We do. And we already have. Miss Elle's given us a job shifting the chocobo shit out the stables. It's hard work, and the pay isn't half what we got from the stone.
But it's honest.
So if we stick at it, we'll keep ourselves fit.
Same thing.
You stick at it then.
And Goots, I'm sorry for stealing your pass.
Good that he apologised.
That's all right. I've got it back now. And all's well that ends well. Eh?
You said
Oh
you're
my
trained to
god,
be
what a
blacksmith, right?
cutie!
Well, I'm gonna be your first customer. I'm gonna save up all my gil and get you to make me a massive sword.
How cute! Oh, I love that. That is adorable. Java's secretly an SEO guru. I know how to work the algorithm. I wish, dude. I wish. Please, if I were an SEO guru and knew how to work the algorithm, I'd be fucking cooking. I'd be frying.
All right.
We're simmering right now.
We have a place on the wagon. Remember, Goots, we're mercenaries. You hired us to protect you.
Mercenaries.
Oh, he's so nervous. It's just like,
Remember
please
the
don't ruin
plan.
this. Please don't ruin this. Please don't ruin
You're
this.
to
Please don't ruin
ride
this.
all the way to Twinside. Jill and I will go with you as far as the outskirts, then find our own way in.
I'll buy that stuff I need.
Right. And we'll scout
stuff
out
we
the
need.
Imperial's defenses.
There's a square with a big bell tower right in the middle of town. If you get lost, or out goes wrong, we can meet up there.
Bless him. He's so nervous.
Let's
He's
go.
making me nervous. So wholesome. That's what a secret guru would say. It's all a trick, guys. It's all a trick. I know exactly what to do for the algorithm. I'm just not doing it. Okay, this is more interesting part of the story is what's going on here. So let's see.
I see. And you're quite certain your father has no knowledge of Ultima?
I am. I have no difficulty believing a sinister force has come to exert an influence on Sanbreque. But be that as it may, it is yet to claim my father. For better or worse, his radiance speaks his own mind.
Then the fiend works from the shadows.
I confess, when first you told me of this fiend, I had my doubts. And more than a few at that. A beast that labors to plunge Valisthea into turmoil, all in pursuit of your brother. But that wound is proof enough that evil is afoot.
Then I have your answer, Your Highness. You will join me in my fight.
I cannot. Not yet.
Your Highness, please.
As you are aware, the Dhalmekian army is at our gates. They have lost their mother crystal, and with it all hope of a negotiated withdrawal. It is but a matter of time before they invade. If Bahamut is not here to meet them, my people will be slaughtered.
Though not by Hugo Kupka, thanks to Ultima's machinations.
Machinations.
People weighs heavy on your conscience, but if we do not put an end to Ultima's plans, they shall face a far darker fate. The chaos he would wreak would sweep all of Valisthea into the abyss. The lives of every man, woman, and child in the Twins are at stake.
I believe what you say, Phoenix. But I have duties of my own, and I must discharge them. Come what may.
Poor thing. You know who he reminds me of actually also is Faramir. He definitely is giving Faramir for sure. Poor thing.
What do you know of my blood?
She's horrible. She's so horrible.
I know that it is wholly unworthy of the highest offices of state, which rightly belong to those of purer breeding. Alas. Your bloodline runs through the Oriflamme gutter, from a whore who weighed her child's worth in gil.
Have you threatened my father?
Of course not. I merely whispered in his ear that his mongrel son is plotting a rebellion.
Horrible. Horrible.
Sylvester listens to the words of his astrologers. And they have ears too.
You have been feeding them your lies.
Should you remain loyal to Emperor Olivier, his radiance may yet crown your head with laurel, and not with tar.
Horrible.
Witch!
In consideration of your long years of service to the Empire, I shall forgive this uncharacteristic rudeness. Now hurry and make ready, Your Imperial Highness. Emperor Olivier expects much of you, Dion. Or should I say, of Bahamut. May your fire reduce his enemies to ash, till all of Valisthea bows to its rightful
God,
ruler.
I mean, what a fucking horrible position to be in. And she steps on it. Yeah, exactly. Very, very symbolic of how she feels about Sanbreque. She doesn't give a fuck. So evil. Thank you for the follows. Welcome in, lovely followers. Welcome, welcome. She kind of does look like Amber Heard, to be honest. They actually do quite look similar.
There is another darkness that has taken hold of Sanbreque. And until its grip is released, the flames of war shall spread ever wider, just as Ultima wishes.
Forgive me. My family has caused you much grief.
You are not her keeper, Phoenix. This is a matter for the Imperial household now, and as a member of that household, it falls to me to resolve it. At such time as that is done, what strength I have shall be yours.
I don't know why, I do think there's chemistry here between the two of them.
Your Highness.
Let us take to the skies together, and bring a new dawn to Valisthea.
Damn.
I should like nothing more.
She's a nasty piece of work indeed. Unbelievably stuck up.
My prince.
Terrence, that's his name.
Tell me true. Do you believe what I'm about to do is wrong?
We dragoons have but one leader, Your Highness.
But also he's in love with you.
And we shall follow him unto the very end.
Of course he's going to say that.
Thank you.
It's a tender moment between the two of them, though.
And this is my decree. For their crimes against the crown, the traitorous Annabella and her usurping son shall be put to death, and the Empire restored.
Great music. That sounds like it could be like his little theme song or something. But we all know that is not going to go well. No siree. Crystalline Dominion. For years, Drake's Tales provided this relatively tiny nation with a wide-reaching influence rarely afforded nations of the same size. Oh, God. This is one of my favorite levels in the game. Enjoy.